Здравствуйте, друзья! Hey everybody, my name is Gabriel Janko. As many of you know, I know many of you over there. I'm sorry I cannot be there in Moscow for this presentation, but we all know that this year is very difficult and different from every perspective. So I'm greeting you from Prague. Today I'm going to show you the latest tools from Octopus Newsroom, but instead of doing a presentation of just one product, which many of you know, as you know, we have lots of customers in Moscow and in Russia. Also among this audience, I'm sure there are some of our customers, and you can also see the logos behind me of some of the installations we have in the region. So I'm not going to show you one product, but I'm going to focus on a few products to show you how our latest tools and latest innovations can help you in these times of social distancing. So what I'm going to show you today is just a few innovations from Octopus X. I'm going to show you the latest version of our journalist app, which is available for Android and iOS. And I'm going to show you Octopus IReporter, which is really a great tool, especially in these times when people cannot travel, but you want to create news more efficiently, maybe even more news for less money. And I'll show you a sneak peek of Octopus X, which is our cloud-based collaborative planning tool. It's really a nice tool. It's a new modern application, and we are just about to release it these days. So I think you will be one of the first ones to see the latest version. So I'll start with Octopus X. I'll switch my screens, and just if you will have any questions about any of our products, please take a note, and after this first part of the presentation, after this video, I will be available to answer your questions live. So I will join you via Zoom, and I'll be able to answer your questions. So let's see Octopus X now. Alright, so I will start with Octopus X, but as I mentioned, I'm not going to do a presentation right now because many of you know Octopus, and if you would like to see Octopus like a presentation of the Newsroom computer system, I will be very happy to set up in Russian for your station, so it will be much more efficient. What I'm going to tell you, as many of you know, Octopus has always been a product which is designed to work from anywhere, so users can access the system from the newsroom as well as from the field or from home or anywhere they are, and they are always working with the same user interface. So this is the interface that you will see when you log in, no matter where you are sitting. The Octopus user interface is running on any operating system, so if you are using, for example, Windows PC in the newsroom and you're working with MacBook at home, for example, then you will be still using the same interface. What I'm going to highlight you in this presentation is, first of all, those areas which are relevant for the remote production. So I'm not going to talk about the social media integration, which by the way is really cool in Octopus Newsroom. I'm not going to talk about the planning, which is again a very nice tool, and it's really collaborative. So if you have multiple desks, for example, you have teams who is covering sports, another team is covering domestic news and so on, then all of these are available in one interface very nicely. And of course there are the rundowns, which is the core part of the system, how you are creating rundowns, how these rundowns are sent to the teleprompter playout and so on. So this is all like very basic functionalities of the newsroom system, and I think it's designed very well in Octopus, and it's very efficient. But what I'm going to focus now is how all of these tools come together when you are working from the field using the Octopus Journalist app or using the IReporter and other tools of Octopus Newsroom. So if I take a look at the news feeds, as you can see, besides the, let's say, the usual news feeds such as news agencies, RSS feeds and emails, we also have feeds coming in from the Journalist app and coming in from IReporter. So let me show you the Octopus Journalist app on the screen. So this is my iPhone, and this is the Octopus app that is running on it. Obviously, this is really great when you're working from the field or working from home, and you are able to access the wires. As you can see on the top, you can access the rundowns, and of course you can also create a lot of content from the field. So if I open the wires section, you can see that you have the same sources as in the newsroom system. So you will have the news agencies, you will have the emails, you will have the RSS feeds and everything else. You can open the folders, you can read the wires, and you can also mark them as favorite. So if you mark it as favorite, then it will synchronize with your desktop client. And more importantly, when you are in the field, you want to access the rundowns. So if I select this rundown section, you can see that these are the most recent rundowns that I have in my Octopus client as well. So for example, I open the early news, and this is the same rundown as I have here. So if I do some changes, it will also reflect the changes on the mobile app. So what I can do with this rundown, I can preview it on my mobile phone. I can see all the different fields that are available. I can also open the scripts, and I can even edit the script, so I can write some content into it. And I can switch to presenter view, where you will have the texts which are appearing on the teleprompter as well. But when you are in the field, it's really cool that you can even switch to automated prompting mode. So if I change the speed, for example, you will see this, and you can use your cell phone as a mobile teleprompter. And of course, if you do any changes in the rundown in Octopus, then all of these changes will be also reflected on the mobile app. Plus, there is also a media view. So in the media view, you are able to preview all the clips that are in your rundown. So when you are in the field, this is really a nice tool, and it will help you a big time. Plus, of course, you can also preview all your assignments. So if I'm supposed to work on some stories, it will appear in this list, and I can create content from the field. So for example, I can go to the My Stories section, and I can start working on a story directly from my mobile app. So let's say I'm attending a product presentation. So I can start writing the studio, I can start writing the video, and when I'm ready, I can send this into my system. Or I can also decide that I want to share some news wires with the team, and in this case I can, for example, I'm on the street and I can see a building on fire, so I will just write building on fire. You can write some content, or if you don't have time, you can use this audio button to record a video. So I can write it, guys, I have just seen this building on fire. I'm sending you a few pictures, maybe you want to cover it. Okay, so this audio file will be attached to my story now, and then I can open my gallery, and I can select some relevant photos that I want to send. So I will select this photo and maybe a couple more, so I will send this one as well. And when I'm happy, I can just click on this send button, and in the meantime I will come to the Octopus Journalist app window. So I'm sending the wire, and then I come to the Journalist app, and you can see that there is my building on fire, which I have just received right now. So there are the two pictures I selected, and back on the Octopus interface, I can see that this wire was sent to the system. Of course, you can also set up notifications in Octopus, so you will receive new wires, and the team will be notified that there is something new coming into the system. We can also send videos and other content. Okay, so I think this is enough for now about Octopus X. As I mentioned, if anybody will be interested in seeing more, we will be very happy to set up a personalized Russian presentation of Octopus X, and we will show you how you can work more efficiently with our newsroom computer system. But now I would like to go to the next product, which is Octopus IReporter. So what is Octopus IReporter? IReporter is basically the perfect tool for today's social distancing. It's a professional video gathering tool designed for newsrooms and broadcasters in general. It has a lot of different ways of using it. In general, the two basic ways that most broadcasters may be using it for is to gather content from your viewers. It means that your viewers will download the app, the IReporter app, and they can create stories which they find important. They send it to you and you can use it in your broadcasting. Or the other basic usage of IReporter is to use it for your stringers. If you have freelancers who work for you, if you have people in the field who work for your station and they need a tool that they can use to stay connected with your newsroom, then Octopus IReporter can be the perfect tool for them as well. The IReporter platform consists of three basic parts. The first part is the app itself. So the Octopus IReporter app would be a branded app for your station. So for example, Match TV would get an application called Match TV app, or whatever you would like to call it, and it would be branded. It would be using the company colors, and the people who are watching Match TV, for example, would be downloading this app, and they could create content and send it to the broadcaster. The second part of this application is the video gathering portal that you can see on my screen right now. I'll talk about this part in more details. And the third part is an administration interface which is accessible only to a few people to set up administration. So this interface that you can see on my screen, this is practically the most important for the newsrooms. In this area you can first of all have an overview of all the incoming media. So these are the files, the content that your viewers or your stringers, or let's say in general the contributors, are sending to you. You can preview the content, and if you are happy with it, you can decide what you want to do with it. So there are certain actions. You can download it to your newsroom system. It's important to say that IReporter can work also independently on Octopus. So if you are not using Octopus newsroom system, you can still use IReporter. Of course, if you are using Octopus, the newsroom system as well, then these tools can work very nicely together, and you can send the content directly to Octopus. So you can download the video if you want to use it in your production, you can read the description, and you can also rate the contributors. So if you have some contributors who are sending you really good quality content, then you can rate them higher, and once they send you video content, you will know that this is something valuable for you. You can also preview the contributors, so you will see all the people who have registered with you. So you will have a list of all your contributors. Some of our customers already have tens of thousands of contributors, or some other customers who are using it mostly for stringers, they have obviously only users who have been invited. So these are the two basic approaches, that you can either use it with invitations and only people who receive the invitation will be able to register, or you can use it with the public where everybody can register and everybody can become an IReporter. You can create custom groups, and these are the two most important parts, or at least these are parts which differentiate IReporter from, let's say, just waiting for people to send you an email, let's say, and with some video content. In this case, I can send requests to certain people to record some footages, which means that either if you are using a IReporter to work with the public, you can either use the map view, and in this case I can, for example, if I receive information that there is some event happening somewhere, and I don't have my users or the journalists to travel there because they cannot travel in these, for example, these days, or it's too far and I don't have time to send their journalists, then I can just preview, and if something is happening in this region and I can see that there is a user who is using IReporter, I can send a push notification to the app, and I can say that there is a building on fire. If you happen to be close to this location, please send us footages. So you can send the custom request. You can set different categories. Okay, I said weather. You can set subcategories. You can set the expiration of this request. So if this request is only valid for example, the next 6 hours, then you can see that down here it will also show you that this notification will be sent to one contributor, and you can send it right now or you can send it at a certain time. So if I will publish it right now, then this request will be sent out to this contributor, and I will be also able to see this request here in this request tab. And if this contributor will send me some content, then I will be able to see the videos in this area, or of course also in the incoming media section. So this is really useful, especially in these times of social distancing, but not just right now. It can also be used for, as I said, to receive generic videos from the public. You can work with your freelancers or with your contributors, but also, for example, sports broadcasters, they can engage fans. So if there is a football match or there is some other sport event, and obviously these days you cannot have fans in the stadium, or you cannot have fans gathering together, then you can just send a request to the fans to send you footages how they are cheering, how they are clapping their hands when there is a goal, for example, how they are celebrating, and so on. And then you can use these video files in your news production or in your sports production. These files are yours, so this is very important to say that the users who download the app and who are using the app agree to the terms and conditions, and some of the terms and conditions says that the videos that are sending to the broadcasters will be owned by the broadcasters. So this is really important, because you will have the full right to use this content. Also, the video will come in full quality, so basically you will be able to use it, and it's usually really high quality, as you know that today's mobile phones are recording footages in really good quality. It is really a nice tool, and it has a lot of possible use cases. Now, the last tool that I would like to show you, the last innovation, is our collaborative planning tool called Curd. This is really a nice tool. It's cloud-based, web-based, and it's designed for broadcasters of all sizes. And again, this is a tool that doesn't require Octopus X. When you log into the system, you will see a system dashboard, and on the top you basically see the most important sections, and it gives you an idea what the system is designed for. So first of all, if I leave the system dashboard and I enter the handovers, in this section you will see a system handover for each day, where you can write down what happened that day, what's coming up for the next day. It's saved automatically. There is collaboration in this, so multiple users can edit in the same time. And then in the morning, when you come into your work, you will be able to see what are the notes from the previous shift. We are handling all the incoming sources, so there is a smart way of handling all the incoming sources from different news agencies and all kinds of sources. And more importantly, there is the planning section where you can create an overall planning for your whole team, deciding on what you are going to work on. And if I open any of these planning items, I will see also all the different details, all the different resources that are connected to this event, including documents, including picture galleries, links, tasks, and so on and so on. The planning calendar may also be categorized based on the status or other columns. There is a calendar view, of course, so you will be able to see how many tasks or how many events are planned for each of the teams or each of the desks. And there is even a map view, so you will be able to see where the events are happening. So if you will be using the Journalist app, and this is how these products also click together, you will be also able to see where your journalists are located, and together with the IReporter you will be also able to see where the people who are using the IReporter are located at the moment, and you can send them notification the same way as you can send them notification from the standalone IReporter app. This is obviously, as I said, still an early version of this Curve product, so the core system is now focusing on the production with the internal people, and the IReporter integration will be one of the next steps. There is also a very good task management. So if I would like to preview, for example, the task from, let's say, the last 3 weeks, I'm able to see all the tasks which are still happening or haven't started, that are happening, and all of those that are done. I can create new tasks for myself, or obviously for one of my colleagues. I can assign either just one person to a task, or I can assign an entire team, and these tasks will be visible to all those people who are assigned to them. So me as a person responsible for the newsroom, I will be able to see what tasks my team is working on, what's the status of those tasks, and so on and so forth. So this is really a nice collaborative cloud-based planning tool, and in the next steps we are also adding publishing capabilities. So for example, again here in the topic list, if I open it in full screen view, from here you will be able to create content to different outputs like social media, or most importantly the newsroom system, whether it's Octopus or again it can be a different newsroom system as well. This tool is right now available for the first customers for beta testing. So if somebody would like to start working with it and would like to give us maybe feedback or information what's missing from the tool and what could be an important and interesting improvement, then of course we will be very happy to cooperate. So thank you very much. I think it may be a lot of information at once, but I wanted to show you not just the Octopus X, which we are showing most of the time, but I wanted to focus on all the products that can help you in these times of social distancing, when you cannot travel easily, when the teams are maybe sitting at home, when your journalists are working from different locations, but you still need to work as one team. So for this, Octopus X is a really big help, I would say, the Journalist app, IReporter, and of course Octopus Curve as well. So now, if there are any questions, please ask right now. Thank you very much.